What's up, Mac kids and maniacs and YouTubers all around the world? Today I want to give y'all a Slauson Swap Meet story, and it involves the homie, Baby S Mac.
Here's a little story I got to tell.
Welcome to another episode.
Here's a little story I got to tell.
kevmacvideos, true stories.
Here's a little story I got to tell.
Welcome to another episode.
Here's a little story I got to tell.
kevmacvideos, true stories.
Here's a little story I got to tell.
I never stopped banging. I started banging hard, then I got so hard till it was a shame.
Welcome to another episode of kevmacvideos, true stories. Today's episode takes place around 1989. But let me give you some background on the Slauson Swap Meet for those of you that's out of town or not involved in the gang banging aura of Los Angeles. Right after I graduated from high school, the Slauson Swap Meet opened in 1985. Toward the end of 1985, in like December, they opened in time for Christmas. And at that time, it wasn't very convenient for residents of LA to be able to go pick up t-shirts, boxers, socks, wife beaters, team caps, and stuff like that. And so when the swap meet opens, it becomes a very convenient place for LA residents in South Central. We didn't no longer have to go to the Rhodium swap meet in Gardena. We didn't have to travel far to get cheap prices for your regular, average, everyday stuff. Your whites, your name brand jeans, some nice button-up shirts, that type of stuff. The Lacoste, the Polo, whatever name brands was popping at that time, right? And of course, for those unaware, swap meets sold knockoffs. Knockoffs was very popular in swap meets. Some people didn't care, some people just didn't know. It was all about the price and the convenience of not having to go through a crowded ass mall and pay high prices. So what happens in LA is all the gangs are attracted to the swap meet, and it sits right there by the 6 Deuce Brims. So back then, you had the 5 Deuce Hoovers, the Catwalk Crips, the 5-5 Neighborhoods, and the 5-7 Hustlers to the north. To the west, you had the Van Ness Gangsters and the Rolling 60s. To the east, you had the 5-8 60s and the 5-9 Hoovers and the Brims. To the south, you had the Harvard Park Brims, the 6-7 Hustlers, and the 8-Tray Gangsters. You just got all these gangs, man. And I'm talking about worst enemies that used to pack the Slauson Swap Meet. So it was a very dangerous place, though people continued to go, myself included, and especially hood days. On hood days, you can catch those gangs the day before or same day of whose hood the day is, and it could be some ruckus. I mean, it's been on the news many a times over the years. So one day in '89, I believe, me and Baby S Mac go to the Slauson Swap Meet because I need some new shoes. I want some new shoes and I want a variety pick. And if I could save $5 or $10 that particular day, I was with it. Plus, you actually go to the swap meet to buy shit you could throw away quick and easy, right? It's just a quick fix, a quick buy. And so we go to the swap meet. I go up in there, I grab me some t-shirts, and I'm gonna grab me a hat and some shoes. So we sell up in the swap meet, right? And we don't even get to do a bunch of shopping. We don't get to pick up anything. And Baby Mac is just along for the ride, the hoopla, and the drama. And we go up in there, and it's about 5 or 6 Brims. It's a group of Brims, 5 or 6 of them. And you hear them talking, blood this, blood that. And S Mac looks at them, and I look at him, and we look at each other. S Mac shrugs his shoulder. So we know at some point it's likely going to be on. We ain't there to bang on them, but we're going to defend ourselves and we're going to bang back. So we looking at them. We give them that LA stare. We looking at them and they looking back. but ain't no hit ups, ain't nobody asked nobody where they from. Like I said, we heard them talking already. And I'm looking at the shoes and I'm getting ready to buy some shoes. And an officer, a black officer, walks up to S-Mac and he sweats the homie. So I believe what happened is the black security guard peeped the way S-Mac had looked at them dudes, or the way S-Mac, his body language. I don't know if he noticed the imprint on S-Mac yet, or when he came over to talk to S-Mac. So he says, hey, can I talk to you? S-Mac like, what? For what? He like, step over here to the counter. Smack was carrying a 380 in his front right pants pocket. And S-Mac's looking like, what the hell is going on? Because we ain't done shit. So S-Mac complies. S-Mac is defiantly walking over to the food counter. And the guard is behind him. And S breaks. Whoop! He takes off like Carl Lewis. I never knew S-Mac could run so fast. S-Mac takes off, bolts through the side door, and the security guard radios him in. So S-Mac takes off going east outside of the swap meet, and a Mexican security guard comes out the other door. This Mexican security comes out the door busting like a gang member on arrival. Because S ain't pulled no gun, he ain't threatened nobody. Only his eyes, the way he looked at them dudes, that was it. And he's getting up out of there and they trying to assassinate him basically, shooting at him from the back. Not shooting in the air, shooting at him. Bullets flying past his head and his body. I'm running behind the black security guard. It's nothing I could do, but I want to know, if S throws a gun, I could pick the gun up. If it's some type of squabble, maybe I could help S. So I'm following behind the guard. And boom, the Mexican guard gets the busting on S-Mac. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, holy shit. He's busting on the homie. I'm like, man, what you shooting for? What you shooting for? I'm screaming out loud. What you shooting for? I'm scared because I don't want him to turn around and bust on me. S-Mac makes his escape and he's running through alleys. So I jump in the Jeep and I shoot eastward. Because I know S ain't gonna run to the Brims. We know that's Brim hood. He's not finna run to the Brims. He hits like 58th and butt long, something like that, and he gets away. And I know Lil Doc, Head, BK, who later became from Grape. I know where all these dudes stay at. Roscoe's wife. And Lil Doc will become Roscoe's brother-in-law. So I shoot that way. I don't see nobody. Nobody. So I shoot around. I come up the Brim slowly. I don't see it. I can't find him, but I'm not ready to go home because the homie is still around here. Want to make sure he's all right. He ain't shot. He get away. And I'm just riding around, just looking. And probably about 18 minutes later, something like that. It probably seemed forever for S-Mac, right? And it took a minute. It wasn't right away. But finally, I make my way to Doc's house. So I'm going to ask Doc and them, had they seen a homie or seen any police or security come through? And lo and behold, S-Mac is over there chilling. And these dudes calling themselves the 5'8" Block Crips at this time. While I'm on this ghost chase, trying to make sure the homie's all right, I was wrong the whole time. He didn't run straight to 58th. He actually ran through Brim Hood. He's running through alleys. So it was no way I was going to find him off the muscle, but eventually it all came together. We thought alike, just at different times, because you gotta remember, I'm thinking sensible, trying to find the homie. He's thinking I gotta get away because these fools trying to smoke me. And that's just the way it was back then, man. It was the LA vibe, man. That was very absolutely normal for us back then, except for the running from the guard and the guard busting on us. But those are part of the concerns you have when you went to the Slauson Swap Meet back in the late 80s, early 90s. There's been a lot of shootings up there, a lot of killings up there, a lot of gang banging up there, fights, rumbles, stuff like that. You heard a Big Space Ghost talk about a story where he was fighting at a swap meet. If you from LA, you done seen the news many a times, but So it's a melting pot for gangs right there, and it can be very dangerous. That's my story for today about the Slauson Swap Meet involving the homie S-Mac. And the moral to this story is, man, be very careful where you shop. Be very careful when visiting the LA or Slauson Swap Meet, because you could find yourself in a bad situation. And for those that's always thinking police are straight and guards are straight because they got a badge, man, them fools will smoke your ass too. With that said, I'm out of here, y'all, man. Y'all take it easy. Be sure to hit the like button. Don't be afraid to leave a comment and let me know what type of videos you're looking for or your swap meet experience. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm out of here, y'all. Salute.